What up, play hairs? Can you hear that? Sounds like mission control down here. Let me show you my newest, latest, greatest. So, I think you guys already know about this fan that I laid down. The air is blowing up the steps to go upstairs. But we got a new addition. Whitey over here. So, Whitey's by the wood burner, blowing the air over towards the steps. And then, oh, I can't name him that. Well, Bob, he's blowing the air upstairs. It's been working very well. I woke up this morning, it was 32 or something outside, and it was a luxurious 65 upstairs, and it's 68 upstairs right now, and it's, I don't know what the temperature is outside actually. But I'm loving it so far. If it gets back down in the single digits, I'll have to update you guys on how that went. I'm going to be honest. I tried to do nothing today. I made some content, but just trying to figure out insurance stuff and watch some YouTube. I think that's what I said I did yesterday. But it's like it doesn't stop. I just want like a good solid couple hours of just downtime to but there's snow outside and it's cold, and I like to like ride my bike or my dirt bike or something like that, and I can't. So I don't know. Thought about maybe just going out to the shop, but like there's nothing really I can do to like tinker with anything, you know what I mean? It's hard to tinker with stuff with one hand. Because I really gotta, like, I showed you guys my movement's coming back, but my physical therapist does not want me to try and actively move my fingers like this. Because they still need to heal. Because when I do that, it's pulling on those tendons that I severed. So, man, I don't know. What do you guys think of the new channel? Isn't it great? Isn't it? It's nice and cozy. It's exactly the same. Which, by the way, if you're watching this, if this popped up in your feed, you're watching this from my new channel, my second channel, So Much Moose. I'm still doing music stuff, but I wanted to keep the vlogs separate. So make sure you subscribe. Anyways, man, more insurance updates. I feel like it's just going to start snowballing from here. So the first thing was we picked up my kid from my mom's house yesterday or Sunday, something like that. Anyways, we went to my mom's house. She had mail for us, and it was from Lily's ear, nose, and throat, whatever. That was the bill that I told you about, that my insurance from my old job was ending at the end of the month. The one that we called in and checked about, and they were like, yeah, it ends 11:59 p.m. On September 30th. And we took her in to her appointment on September 30th in the morning. And then they came back and like, oh, yeah, that wasn't covered. And we're like, you said it was. And they're like, yeah, it's not covered. So anyways, when we got the mail from my mom's house, that's who it was from. And I guess I haven't gotten any more emails, but I turned them into some agency. I can't remember the name of it. I should probably remember that so I can update you guys in case you have any issues, because I'm assuming there's similar departments in other states. But they basically investigate insurance companies. Actually, when I appealed the first time to the insurance company and they denied it, when they sent me my denial letter, I guess legally they had to put on the paperwork the number for that agency. That's how I got it. So I submitted a case to them. I turned them into this agency, and they are investigating it. The last I looked, they assigned someone to the case, and they were investigating it. That was a couple weeks ago, I think, when I got the last update. So this letter we got was from the doctor's office, I guess, again. Yeah, because it's a UPMC place, and we had Highmark. So I don't know what's going on, but it went from we owed nothing to $250, and then they were like, oh, actually it's like $150, and now it's like under $10. So this is the type of stuff that I hate. It's like we had to jump through all these hoops, and I had to wait. I missed like 2 days of work to try and doing the appeals and stuff like that when it was clearly just covered. So now I have to look into it again, because even though it's $10, less than $10, I was paying insurance. This was part of the contract. So if you're supposed to cover it, just cover it. I don't really want to do this dance. And I think that's what they bank on. So I don't know. I mean, $10 is $10. It's really just like, I'd rather just, get it done with. But at the same time, I'm going to have to call to make a payment. I'm going to have to go through the mile-long list of menus, sit on hold for probably at least 5 or 10 minutes, just so I can pay them the $10 that they were probably supposed to pay to begin with. I don't know. So that's an update to that. Which, I guess that's better. Much better. So there's that. So in case you guys need to know, if you ever have a claim you don't think is right, appeal it. And if they deny the appeal, at least in Pennsylvania, I guess they have to disclose. Whatever that agency is that investigates, shitty health insurance companies or insurance companies. I don't know. Sorry. I guess I should have had more details on that. Should have been more prepared. I will try to next time. My insurance, the newest, latest, and greatest. You guys heard about the check and all that. I still don't know if I should just call the ambulance company and say, can you rerun this differently, or can you cut me some slack or something like that? I'm guessing I just got to I'm just going to have to make payments. I don't know. A lot of people on the internet are like, just tell them you can only pay $5 a month or $1 a month, because then they can't come after you. It's like I said, I'm not trying to stiff them. But if they're trying to charge me as much as they can just to get what they can out of me, you know what I mean? Like, let's just be honest and fair here. I hate doing all these dances. But hey, here we are. But anyways, the newest thing is I got a letter today saying that they approved my physical therapy until like July, some mid-July, early July or something like that. And I was like, cool. And I read a little further, and it was, approved till July, but for 11 appointments, which it is almost the end of January. I've already gone to 2. I have 1 again this week. A physical therapist said she needs to see me twice a week. Twice a week from February to July is a little more than 11 visits. I've already used 3. I'm already down into the single digits now. So I don't know. I don't know if maybe they're going to... My physical therapy is in like stages. So it's, I think I was telling you last time, from the day of my surgery, 0 week to 3, I'm supposed to be doing certain things. But it wasn't until my follow-up, which was a little over 2 weeks after, is when they were like, okay, now you need to schedule physical therapy. But on the prescription that they gave me to give to the physical therapist, it said the first set of steps is labeled weeks 0 to 3. I don't know. So that's the stage we're on right now. So I don't know, once we get to the next stage, week 4 to whatever it's going to be, 7, if I only need to go once a week then. I have to ask my physical therapist on Thursday. I guess I could call. I should probably call. I will call tomorrow. That would make more sense. But yeah, it's just trying to do all of this while trying to make music one-handedly is just frustrating. And like I was saying earlier, I feel like I need some time to myself. I mean, if you guys, any of you live in the Northeast or just the North in general, or just, I guess there's people that follow me from other parts of the world. If you live anywhere that it gets cold, there's 4 seasons, or it's just cold of the freaking time. I don't know. You get cabin fever. And not being able to drive and not do much of anything. I was trying to play a video game today, and it's like impossible. I kind of play Mario Kart with my kid, and we do it on the Switch, so I can't, the button to drift is like here, so I can't do that, but I can use my thumb for the gas. So if I can put my side of my thumb and I can push that for the one button for the gas, and then I can kind of go like this to hit the brake, which I don't normally need to, but since I can't drift, I've been trying to figure out how to do that better. And then of course I can steer with this thumb, and then the item for the button for the item to use the power-ups or whatever in Mario Kart is here. So so I can't hold it up. So I kind of just, I'll get my arm on a pillow and I'll put the controller like down, and then I'll just have my thumb like on the controller, and then I'll hold the left side of the controller up and I can do it. But I've been playing with my kid, and she's into like the battle mode anyways. We've been doing, I think I said it, we've been doing there's different battle modes, but one of them is a Renegade Roundup. It's basically cops and robbers. It's really fun. So you don't really need to drift in that, which is great. But I think she's getting bored with it, and she's been wanting to do like versus race, which is kind of fine because she puts the computer players on easy, and I don't think she understands that her dad is a Mario Kart champ. I've been playing that since Super Nintendo, sucker. So I still whoop her anyways. Without drifting. So, but anyways, other game, because I like to play like platformers. I love the Mario series. I love like stuff from Rareware, Banjo-Kazooie. There's a lot of different stuff on the Switch and on vintage consoles and stuff that I like to play, and I just can't. While my kiddo was at school today, she usually when she gets an hour a day on the Switch, and I'm usually working. And when I'm not working, we'll play together, which we'll turn the timer off for that. But needless to say, I don't get the Switch very much, even though it's mine. You guys know, parents, you know how that goes. So while she was at school today, I was like, I'm going to play that. And we have Nintendo Online, and I kind of forgot they have Game Boy now. And their game selection is not very great. So I was trying to play some Game Boy games because I saw that they have Donkey Kong Land 1, 2, and 3 on there. Never knew that was a thing. Started to play the first one, and it's not very good. And honestly, it's probably because it's hard for me to control. But Game Boy only had 2 buttons. So, and usually with the Switch, I like to hold both controllers, even if I'm playing something like Game Boy. But to pause it, you have to it's like the plus button and then one of the buttons on top. So it's like, I need to pause it real quick and I can't. And then I'm just standing there, and then enemies are just like killing me. And I'm like, oh my God, I hate this. So I just stopped playing. Well, they had Tetris on there. I played that for a little bit, which, well, I'm not really that like a Tetris freak or anything. I get to like level 3 and it's just too fast. And I'm like, I mess up once. And I'm like, this sucks. It started to get fast and I messed up. And I kept it going, and I messed up again and again, but then I like did a comeback, and I got it like down to nothing, you know. And then I messed up a couple more times. I'm like, and it's super fast, and I'm like, I hate this game. So I stopped playing. When she got home from school, I was like, let's play Mario Kart. And we did for a while. And then she had Girl Scouts. And then when she came home, she was in a bad mood. And she had 2 math problems to do. And it took a freaking hour. So we had an hour to play. But she wasted it crying over doing 2 math problems. Which part of it, you know, kind of wasn't entirely her fault. I mean, they teach a bunch of different ways on how to do math problems now. It's not just Common Core stuff. So save your comments, at least at our school. They teach like the way I know how to do, like, because they're doing like double-digit addition and subtraction right now. So she was taught like the way I was, and they do, I don't know, a bunch of different things. So one of the ways they were doing was her homework tonight. I didn't know how to do it, so I'm like, okay, so how did they teach you how to do this in school? I don't know. Okay, so, well, it's laid out like this. So why do you put this number in this spot? I don't know. She was just tired. So we got through it. And then we had like 10 minutes before bedtime, and we still didn't have PJs on or brush our teeth or go to the bathroom. And she's like, do we have time to play Mario Kart? And I'm like, oh God, here we go. No, we do not, honey. Why? Oh, yeah. I'm like, you're just tired. You're just tired. And then finally everything calmed down. The dust settled, and I was like, I forgot to vlog earlier, so I'm going to go vlog. And I have a lot to get off my chest. But yeah. So, ironically, I was talking to someone today who we were just talking about dad stuff. And they're like, there's no downtime. I'm like, I know. I don't think it's just for dads. All good parents, it's hard to find downtime, of course. I always see the battle of the sexes type stuff on the internet, and it's like kind of depressing sometimes. I mean, there's, you know, I'm not going to get into it because that's going to be like the religion thing, and I don't want to open up another can of worms. There's good parents and there's bad parents. All the good parents, it's hard to get downtime. Anyways, I hope I can have a little music video that I put together. Hoping to get that up and out on Patreon tomorrow. So look out for that. Hoping the new channel goes okay. I tried posting a short that wasn't related to punkcovermoose. I did really well on punkcovermoose. It was one of my best performing shorts. I posted it on this channel, So Much Moose, and I checked like an hour ago, and I had posted it 3 or 4 hours prior, and it had 0 views, and I was like, the heck is going on? It has like 10,000 views on punkcovermoose. But then the last 2 things I posted on punkcovermoose, the last 2 shorts, the one got 6 views and one got 0 views. I'm like, okay, I think the algorithm's kind of switching something up here. Maybe I confused it because I just switched over all my vlogs and made all the other ones private. So it's like it had an audience, and now, you know, which I'm hoping it's gonna, now it only has the music videos and my covers and originals to go by to form the algorithm to push to who it thinks would like my stuff, if that makes sense. That's kind of the goal. I don't know if this was good or bad. I think it's going to be good. But my freaking TikTok, man, it's going crazy. It's just like, I posted 4 times today, and I think I went up like, shoot, I don't even know, 15 followers or something today, which I was like, holy crap. And it's like good, like genuine people. You know what I mean? I'm like people like they would comment and then follow me, and every time they're just like, dude, how does this only have 1 like on it? And I'm like, thanks. I appreciate you saying that. I don't know. I think it's pretty good, but so just very nice, genuine people. Of course, I decided to check my Facebook notifications again today, and it's just like dumb comments like, let's take a punk rock song and make it punk. It's like, the King of the Hill theme song was not punk rock. I am sorry. It's like country rock, whatever. Doesn't matter. I didn't realize how vastly different and opinionated people are about genres. It is insane to me. It's absolutely insane. I look at it from a completely musical standpoint, and maybe that makes sense for me because like people drop names and stuff of like people that are like famous drummers and stuff, and I'm like, who? What are you talking about? And they're like, blah 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 band, and I'm like, huh? Like, how do you not know blah blah blah? I'm like, what are you talking about? And I'll like Google it. I'm like, oh, this song, yeah, it has the major or the flat 5 in it or whatever. I don't know. Or they have that one song. It was a 4-chord wonder, or what? You know what I mean? Like, it's just how my brain works. Like, it's just and movies are a whole different thing. I don't watch movies or a lot of TV. There was like maybe 3 TV shows that I really got into. And since TV's really not much of a thing anymore, like where you have like a new episode comes out every week and it was, a new season every year. I just don't. I mean, I watch YouTube. I probably know more people who on YouTube than I do actors and stuff like that. Yeah, I think there were a couple times I worked at an airport for a while, and there were like, maybe not celebrities, but like, people that were famous-ish. No idea who they are, but I checked them out or I mixed their drink at the bar or something. They're like, dude, don't you know who that was? And I'm like, nope, I don't. I don't know. I don't know what it is. People think that's weird and that I'm crazy or something, but I just don't. I'm just in a different world, I guess. I don't know. Oh man. I woke up this morning. I slept through the night. I couldn't fall asleep last night though. I was so tired. I could not wait to go to sleep, and I was just laying there. I was watching YouTube. I watched a couple videos, and then I ended up on my phone, and then I got something to eat, and I watched YouTube, and I was on my phone, and then I got something to eat. Next thing I know, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I finally fell asleep, and I slept through the whole night, pretty much. I woke up at like 7, and I was like so tired. And next thing I know, I woke up because I heard the front door shut. Because they were going to the bus stop. We usually go to the bus stop together, but they didn't want to wake me up, I guess, which I appreciated because I was so tired. Yeah, man. But I woke up, and every morning, man, it's like I keep trying to. I don't remember having any bad dreams last night or anything. When I first started vlogging, I was having them a lot, if you guys remember, but I don't remember having any last night. I guess I'm just moving, because I was telling you, I think it was yesterday, in the last vlog, like my forearm right here, my tendons or whatever, it just hurts. Like I'm trying to like clench or something, and it's like I'm probably still trying to do it, but even though this is holding my fingers back, your muscles will still try, and your tendons or whatever. But I don't know, man. It always makes me anxious. So I wake up, I'm like, oh man, like, I hope I didn't rupture anything or something. But then it kind of goes away, Not kind of, it does go away. Like, it doesn't hurt right now. Um, so yeah, I mean, my hand's looking better. Um, now that I'm able to wash it more, it's looking great. This cut here still healing. It kind of hurts sometimes where they had to do my carpal tunnel release, but yeah, I don't know. I did a lot of people, I told you a lot of people reached out to me about, my video talking about religion. Um, a lot of people were sending me links to like videos and podcasts and YouTube playlists and stuff. I was listening to something today and it just kind of like I found myself I would like I'm like trying to pay attention to like specific parts that they were talking about. They were talking about like why should we trust the Bible? I think is what it was. And I would hear something, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. So I was like, well, maybe I misunderstood. So I'd rewind it. And the one part, I can't remember what part it was, or how he was, how they date, uh, what it was in the Bible that he was talking about or whatever, the names or something like that. And it just wasn't making sense. And I rewound it like 5 times. And I'm like, it's not complicated. It's, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know. Those types of videos are like, when they talk about that stuff and like church and stuff like that, there's like this cadence to it that it's like if you want to believe whatever it is, whether it's religious or not, it's like you're just gonna believe it because you already want to believe it. But I'm trying to seek like actual like understanding, and it's like I don't get it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know. I kept talking to. Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
Nothing. Goodbye.
Okay. She doesn't want to say it on camera, I guess. Um, I kept talking to her about it, and I'm like, I, I, I feel like I'm trying to understand it, but then now I'm just like, after trying to listen to it 5 times, I'm like, it's just not making sense, and I feel like it wouldn't be that complicated. It's not like a complex like math equation or something, you know. Um, and I feel like I'm just trying to like poke holes in it, and I don't want to do that, but like, you know. And that's kind of the thing, because it's like I'll listen to something like that, and even me just saying this, you know, um, someone may reach out and be like, because people always said like I would like to talk more about this stuff, and I'm just kind of like I'm almost at a point where I'm just like I feel like I've been down this road before, you know, and if you don't get it, you don't get it, and it's like I just don't. My brain was just so overloaded today, and then I was trying to add that in too, and it's just like I don't know. I don't know. Plus, I'm really like stressed out. I mean, I've been like making content, and the following has been going up, and I just been promoting stuff. Someone right before I started the vlog, someone who they just I saw that they liked my video, they followed me, and then I logged back in. I've been logging into TikTok a little bit more because it's um, been the algorithm obviously found my people or something, because it's just like I was looking at a graph of like followers from the last, you look at the last year and it's just kind of like slowly, and then the last 3 months the graph is literally going like that, and it's like wow. So I've just been trying to like make sure I'm interacting with people and like getting to know people and stuff like that, and just making a connection, and just um I don't. There's just a lot of good people that follow me that I like talking to. You know what I mean? It's hard to or it's not hard. I just want to like. I feel like artists can be very um disingenuous, if that's the right word. because they're just looking to be famous or something, you know. And I'm kind of like, sometimes I feel weird because like people follow everybody that follows me. I always like click on their or tap on their profile. I'm like, because I want to see what they're making. You know what I mean? Because like if they're interesting too, like I want to follow them. I want to see their stuff in my feed, you know. But sometimes I feel weird because like I think TikTok will say like, oh, so and so followed or viewed your profile. Because it kind of used to do that to me, but now it's like once a day I'll get a notification. It'll be like so and so, so and so, and 50 other people viewed your profile. Like today it was like 101 people. It was like so and so, so and so, and 101 people viewed your profile. So I'm like, holy mackerel. So if that's not happening to you a lot, and I'm the only one that viewed your profile today, I don't want to be like I'm creeping on people, but I'm just genuinely interested. Um, you know what I mean? So I guess with all that being said, I try and like I'm just trying to make a connection, I guess. I'm over explaining it. But what was I saying? I got off topic there. Um but anyways, that person was just like they commented was just they gave me a request. They're like, can you moosify, which I think that's so awesome that's like caught on really quick. Like, can you moosify whatever song it was? I don't remember what it was. And I just did like a video reply. I was like, yes, that's an awesome suggestion. As soon as my hand heals up, I said, you know, I just did a quick explanation what happened to me. And because I still got to spread that word too. A lot of people were finding me now. I'm posting music videos. I still have two hands. You know, some stuff that was, you know, anywhere from like a couple months ago to 7 years ago or 8 years ago. So it's like there's still like an education process to happen too. But I just don't know if I can. I'm building up the following. I haven't been able to really put out new music. I'll turn on my computer down here and try and work on something, and it takes so long. And I said before, I don't even know, 10, 15 vlogs ago, maybe, I don't even know. Around the time after, not long after my injury, I was just like, I think maybe a week or two, I was like, I think instead of trying to, you know, spend 30 times more time on a song because I only have one hand and it takes me that much longer to mix it and all that stuff. I'm just going to take this time to like keep trying to make short form content and stuff like that to build up the following. And I think that's working. Because I still have a big catalog. I mean, I have like 40 to 50 covers and 2 originals out there right now. I mean, I have like my Life is Short stuff. That's under Life is Short. I have like a playlist on Spotify that's like I think it's just labeled All Moose, so it has all my covers and all my originals from Punk Cover Moose and Life is Short. Which, hey, if you guys don't know, I have a pretty good EP that I put out with my last band, Life is Short. Not too proud of the recording or the mixes, but I think that was for, when was that? That was probably 2015, 2016. For 2015, 2016 Moose, I think that was top-notch songwriting. And I can't wait to put out the rest of these songs because I think they're even better. I'm so bummed that a wrench got thrown into the gears for this original album. But hey, anyways, I don't know. I'm just nervous about it because I feel like things were really ramping up, you know, and it's like I said before, it's like the first 2 months I was just trying to stay positive, but I was still like in the negative at the end of every month for Punk Cover Moose, and then December I was in the positive. I'm like, cool, momentum, baby. But I haven't put anything new out, so when I close out the budget at the end of the month, we'll see, and I'll have to let you know. I don't know. But just trying to stay positive. It's hard when I've been, like I said, been stressed out, want to just go do something, want to get out of the house. I want to get out of the house by myself. You know what I mean? That's what it is. I hardly got alone time to begin with. And now that I can't drive, or, like I thought about just taking, like, instead of riding my dirt bike on the trails, which obviously I can't do, I thought about maybe just go, like, hiking them. You know what I mean? But I was like, Kimmy would not be happy with that idea. And I was like, I can just go do it. And I was like, no, because it's snowy and icy out. And I fell down the steps a few days ago inside where there's no snow. And the steps were carpeted. So, like, the best possible scenario you can have for steps to not fall down them. I fell down them. She's not going to go let me hike in the hills of western Pennsylvania with a, as a handicapped person. So, yeah. I think when it comes to, I don't know if I finished what I was saying earlier. When it comes to, not understanding those videos I was watching earlier as a playlist about should we trust the Bible, and I felt like I was just poking holes in it because it just wasn't even still not making sense. You know what I mean? Two things I want to add to that. So I was watching, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those videos. I think the channel's called Wired, and they'll have celebrities or like scientists or just people of all walks of life like answer questions from the internet. I think they get them from X. There was a dude on there, no idea who he was. He was a paleontologist, and he was answering questions. But it's in a way that I understood, because he would start to answer a question. Like someone asked, what was it? A question about the extinction of dinosaurs. And he was like, well, we know that 360 million years ago, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how do you know this? You can't just, like, how did you figure this out? You know what I mean? And that's not me. I'm like, wait, am I just poking holes in it? Or like, I mean, he's a scientist. He's either going to just, because people just say shit or they don't without knowing, or they say stuff knowing. And he would talk about this stuff, and he'd be like, but we don't really have an exact number, but this is the best to our knowledge at the time of making this video. And I'm like, that's like all I need to hear. That just seems so, what's the word? It just seems very honest and transparent to me. And it's just like, I mean, again, the video is just, it's like entertainment, right? So I'm probably just overthinking it, but it's like, man, it just makes you curious. So I just start like digging around, Googling stuff and asking ChatGPT stuff. And then as I'm listening to the video and someone said something about, to the same guy on the same video, they were like, something about, he's pro deforestation, convince me otherwise. And which I was just like, that's pretty bold. You never know if people were trolling though either. So I was like, that's pretty bold. But he was explaining as to why you shouldn't be pro deforestation. And he was like, but this is not a bad question. It creates curiosity. That is the foundation of learning and progress, which is what people like me, scientists, that's what we base everything off of. It's curiosity, to seek answers, even if when we think we have the answers, to challenge it. And I'm like, shit, should I have just been a scientist? I mean, my hair is already kind of crazy. Yeah, so I'm just like, it's like a breath of fresh air. That makes so much more sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, I could respond so much better to that. But I guess what I'm getting to circle back around, when it comes to the religious stuff, it's never like that. They're just like, we know. And when people ask me, how do you know? I challenge them. And the guy even said it in the video I was telling you about that I was watching. He was like, I challenge them to find out why not. And it's like, you can't answer. You're supposed to be the expert here. Why are you answering a question with a question? That makes no sense. You know, I just, I don't get it. For example, a dude, he saw my video. He saw one of my videos on TikTok today. I had just posted the video. It was one of the videos where I was just like, "Did you ever hear the song blah 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 blah?" You guys probably seen it. Well, my name's Moose. I like to take songs like that and moosify them. Check this out. And it plays a clip of my music video, right? It was one of those. And he posted it, or he commented on it. Not like, it didn't post it for like, he was probably one of the first few people to view it, right? And he was like, you need to start off with the clip of the music video I almost swiped away. But I like Motown stuff. This is pretty good. Something along those lines. And I was like, what did I say? I was like, something along the lines of like, hey, thanks for the tip, man. I was actually doing that before. I wasn't getting as much interaction. So I started testing it this way, which, as you guys know, who have been following me for a while, if you've seen those videos, there was a lot of different style of little short form videos that I was putting out there to, you know. And this by far, by saying moosify, and people were catching on. They're like, can you moosify this? Like, just meeting me, right? It seems to be working well. And this is just going off of like me paying attention to my followers and my analytics and stuff, right? But anyways, I replied and I was like, yeah, thanks for the tip. I was trying it that way, but it wasn't working as well as this way. And he's like, well, you should at least say a punk cover of whatever song it was. And I was like, and you guys know, that was like the last thing I was doing. And it's like, do you ever wonder what blah 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 would be if it was punk rock? Check this out. And as you guys know, mostly on Facebook, my God, I got a few hate comments today from that. Still from the same two videos, Chumbawamba and King of the Hill. Two people were like, this was already punk rock. Remember I was saying earlier? Anyways. And I was like, yeah, you know, man, I was trying that. I also tried that as well. And I got onto the side of the internet of people who didn't like my stuff. And one of my followers said, I thought we were listening to the genre of Moose. And we thought that was funny. So I've been trying this and it's been working really well. You know, he's like, I'm just trying to help. I was like, I know. I appreciate you, man. I'm not offended. You know what I mean? So I think he was being genuine and he like said it in a nice way. He wasn't being like an asshole or anything like that. But that too, that's the same kind of stuff. He just like, I don't know this guy. He doesn't know me. And he's trying to give me expert advice, but he had no information to support why I should do it. And it's not like it wasn't bad advice because I had already thought of it and I already tried it. And it wasn't working for me. Maybe it worked for other people. He saw that or something. I don't know. But it wasn't working for me. So he didn't have that information. Because to me, it would have been like... So I mean, it like doesn't matter because it's just like one stranger just randomly helping those. It was free advice. You know what I mean? Like you get what you pay for kind of thing, right? But to me, it would have made more sense to be like, you know, like what other things have you tried or whatever, you know what I mean? And he already just assumed, I guess, because he had just saw the video and he was the first to comment and first to like the video, that I don't get a lot of traffic. And I guess that makes sense. I mean, he doesn't know me. But all he had to do was like click on my profile and he would see. You know what I mean? He would see what's happening. Or just ask me or whatever. And I was just like, well, you know, he's being genuine. He was just genuinely trying to be helpful. And he was not being a douche about it, right? Well, and like I told you guys too, when I interact with people, I like to go to their profiles and see what they're doing because I'm just genuinely interested. And there wasn't really anything on there that I was interested. He was talking a lot of like, you know, current events, political type stuff, and honestly, a lot of it was just like the stuff that I usually swipe away from on TikTok, which you know doesn't mean that it doesn't work for everybody. But I just thought it was interesting because he had, I think, like 7,000 followers, but then all of his videos they all had like under 100 views, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm not an expert either. But to me, right away, that was just like, okay, so I'm not interested in your content. That doesn't mean no one's interested in your content. But you have a bunch of followers, but hardly any views and hardly any interaction. He had a couple that like popped off or whatever, you know. But I'm like, it would be one thing if it was like a really big creator that just, which they don't, I feel like they don't really, they don't do stuff like that. To just like, you know, randomly say something like that to a stranger. But he wasn't really. I mean, we were kind of like, yeah, I have 360 followers now on TikTok. But I'm getting, you know, it's like I have 350 followers, but I get about 350 views on average in interaction. And I'm going up followers a lot every day, which he wouldn't know that. But, it's like, really, we're kind of at the same level, if not, I'm performance-wise. And again, at the risk of sounding egotistical, my stuff may be performing better than yours. So all you had to really do was do a little bit of research. And I'm not knocking the guy, because like I said, he was genuinely he was being a nice guy and trying to help. But my point is like, I just don't understand why people just feel the need to like say things with not knowing that they have the right advice. You know what I mean? I think there's a saying for that. I don't know what it is. But you know what I mean? It's very I guess it makes me feel that way with like the genre stuff, right? Cuz like I think college degrees for the most part are pretty not happening. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people think they're kind of, in my experience, think that they're just better than everybody else because they have a college degree or 2 or 3 and they don't really do anything with it, but they just feel like they're so much smarter. I definitely got smarter going to college. I did not need to go and get a degree in music, or I did not need to get a degree in audio recording. But part of that degree was like I had like music classes. Like I had a music history class, right? And then we talked all about genres. You see where I'm going? So to me, it's like when people say that, like this song that, because basically the way it comes off is like this song that you think is country was actually already punk rock because back in the 70s, this band was protesting, blah, blah, blah. It's just like, we're talking music, man. We're talking genres. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I've never been the guy to be like, well, I actually have a degree. I took a class, music history. You are incorrect. Because everybody perceives things differently. You know what I mean? Just because you have a college degree doesn't mean that it's correct. Within reason, I would say. Obviously, the people who saved my life, I am glad that they went to college and that they did well enough to save my stupid ass, because and then I wouldn't be here, and I would like to still be here. So, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you know, when I was at the hospital and I'm talking to the doctors and the surgeons and stuff, I wasn't questioning their ability because I was not the expert in the room. Obviously, if something was fishy, but they were all very professional and did a very good job. Most of which I'm pretty sure were younger than me. So they were the experts, is my point. But we're on the internet, and that's what you get when you're on the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah. I guess to kind of sum all that up, I don't understand. Well, I guess I said it already. I just don't understand why people just feel the need to, like, this probably sounds negative, like spew out information that they don't have solid backup for. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I get very annoyed by people's opinions, because it's like, this is your opinion. It's because someone said this to me in the comments a long time ago too. Like, well, opinions are very healthy because that's what starts a conversation. I was like, yes, you are absolutely correct. Yes, 100,000%, you are correct. But there's a difference between having a conversation over an opinion, or just, like I've been saying the last probably 10 vlogs now at this point. There's a difference between that and just saying something and claiming it to be fact and not having a conversation and just wanting to say what you have to say and not listen. That's what drives me crazy. I feel like that's a very healthy, mature, genuine, that's probably not a good word to describe it, just trait to have. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just saying, I fuck up all the time. You know what I mean? Like, there's definitely things that I thought were right and I was wrong. You know what I mean? But that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. No one gives a shit. I don't know. Your goal should be to learn and to progress. You know what I mean? I'm having trouble talking because I keep looking at these outlets over here that the previous homeowner put in, and they're 20 amp outlets, and I know it's on a 15 amp breaker, and I don't understand why they would do that. It's a fire hazard. I'm tired. It drives me crazy. But those are the same type of people that tell me I don't know what I'm doing. Look at this. You see that? You see the little nipple there that hangs out? That means it's a 20 amp outlet. And when I was working on stuff in this room, I know that the breaker was 15. But I'm going to be honest, I don't even think I've ever seen a 20 amp appliance. Luckily, I know. I want to swap them out. I'll probably just swap them out for 15s and just put those out in the shop because I had so much 12 gauge wire left over. I've just been running all 12 gauge, and even if it's just, because I have it, it was free. You guys are like, what are you talking about, Moose? I'm turning this off. And you know what? You're right. I'm going to turn this off too. Thanks for the support, guys. All the links are in the bio. Thanks for coming to the new channel. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate you listening to me. This helps me so much. You guys are like my therapists or something. I'm just talking to myself, really, until I post it, and then it's kind of, you know what? Never mind. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow.